Staying positive, does it really have a beneficial value? You don't want to be negative all the time, but you don't want to be one of those sorts of people who have a big smile on their faces in the middle of an enormous natural disaster like a hurricane or an earthquake. But you'll see that if you look at things in five pretty good ways, your ability to stay positive is going to improve your life quite substantially. The first thing is to deal with what's happening. If something negative happens, like you whack your thumb while you're nailing something into a piece of wood, you don't look at it as if it's the end of the world and it's absolutely going to end your life in some sort of catastrophic way. The worst thing is you've got a bad thumb and you're probably going to say a few choice words. The next point is to think about limited negativity. Sometimes in dire situations, it's justified to come across a little bit negative. But if it's something like your car's running low on fuel or it's raining a little bit outside, it's not really the end of the world. And the doom mongers amongst us sometimes tell you that it is. But if you can put a slight positive slant on things, things are probably going to be okay. The next thing is to be positive about what's working. If you think about it, if you do 10 things right and one thing wrong, you're doing pretty well for yourself. And don't dwell on the one thing that's gone pretty wrong. Think about the 9 things or 10 things that are working pretty well and give yourself a big pat on the back. And it's definitely something to be a bit more positive about. The fourth point is to think about taking useful action when something negative occurs. You can't sit there and think, right, oh, I'm in a huff. I'm going to take myself back to bed or drown my sorrows with half a bottle of Bell's whiskey. You can think about a positive outcome by doing a task that might mitigate the problem. And at least you've made an effort and you can feel a little bit better about yourself. And the final point, we've touched on it before, is keep things in proportion. Most of the time when negative things happen, they're pretty small. They're not the end of the world. It's not your house that's going to be blown away and sent to Kingdom Come or Oz or something like that. It's probably something quite minor. And it's important to think about it that way. And if you can do that, you're definitely going to have a more positive outlook on life, and your life is probably going to be greatly improved.